Did they throw the?
If they did it with the checkers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's roll into our race winner for tonight's 53rd annual Coke Zero 400 powered by Coca-Cola. And the race winner, winning his first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race, is David Ragan. He drives the number 6 UPS Ford for Roush Fenway Racing. And by doing so tonight, David, not only did you win here at Daytona, but you become eligible for the 2012 NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race next May. So congratulations on that.
That's pretty cool.
Talk about winning here tonight, because it came so close back in February. Talk about winning here tonight, the Coke Zero 400.
Yeah, it was a tough one in February. And coming back here, we knew that we'd have a shot to win. You know, I think there's 30 guys that can win this race, and we felt good all weekend walking around. You know, we went through practice, felt good about our race car, qualified great. The team did a nice job with our car. And when we qualified, that's probably the first time that I really felt that, you know, we've got a car that's fast enough. We can win this thing if we make the right decisions throughout the race. So we made a pact with our teammate Matt Kenseth that we were going to work together through thick or thin. And, you know, I was a little worried about that too. You know, sometimes falling to the back and to the front, you get jammed up throughout the race. So, you know, I didn't know if that was the right decision or not, but the bottom line, our car was fast, and that's what wins these races. You got to have a little bit of luck. You got to have good pit stops. All that stuff goes into effect, but you got to have a fast car, and our UPS Ford was fast. The engine ran flawless, and that's what won the race for us. Having Matt right behind us, I knew that we'd have a good pusher, and so you know, that's what was going through my mind. I knew we had the car to do it. I just tried not to make any mistakes, try to put ourselves in good position, and we wound up obviously being in the lead on the last restart, and that was you know, that was a winning moment for us to be able to start on the front row.
And also tonight, David, with that win, you're 17th in points, so all of a sudden you become a player for the chase. So congratulations on that. Maybe your thoughts about that, too.
Yeah, we feel like we've been a player for the chase all year. Kind of disappoints me to be 17th. We should be about 13th in points, so we've got a lot of work to make up, but we've got some good tracks coming up, so I'm happy about the win. We should be higher in points than that.
Crew Chief Drew Blickernsderfer has joined us as well, and Drew, congratulations on the win tonight. Talk about some of the things maybe that you had to do to the car or some of the things on pit road that helped with this victory.
You know, when you do this 2x2 thing, you've got a partner you're coming to pit road with, especially under green flag stops. So you get together with those guys and figure out what they want to do. Luckily, we got a great teammate in Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Finnig. And Jimmy and I were on the radio together deciding what we want to do, 2, 4, gas only, things like that. So it was real easy when you got someone with the experience of Jimmy talking to you through it. You know, I tell him what I want to do, and he says, oh, you know, that's good, let's do it. So we stayed together all night, and that was a great opportunity for us to work with two veteran guys and have their leadership with us.
Team owner Jack Roush. Jack, congratulations on this win here tonight. Came so close with the 6 car with the Daytona 500, and then win here tonight. That's got to feel very, very good.
Yeah, that's really happy to be here tonight with Drew and with David. You know, they'd worked really hard, and they're a great team. Drew's a great coach, and David is a great recipient of the coaching. And they've been working hard all year, and they've had several occasions when they could have won a race. Certainly, Daytona 500 was a big disappointment the way it worked out, but it worked out for David. But, you know, the FR9 engine has done a great job. The Ford support behind the program has been never better than we've had this year. And, you know, the engineers have all done a great job. We brought cars down here that we expected to have a chance to win with, and David was confident of that, and they used it well tonight. They didn't waste the opportunity.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions now for Drew, David, or Jack. We'll start right there with Jenna. Go ahead.
Jennifer, AP, congratulations, David. I don't want to harp on the Daytona 500, but you said after the day of the race, you said, it'll take us a long time to forget this one. The sooner we can win one, the sooner we can forget it. Did it take you till today to forget it?
Yeah, because all of you guys wanted to talk about it on a regular basis. So, you know, I was hoping to win one a little earlier than the July 4th race here, but it's a good feeling to come back here and kind of, we got one back at Daytona. It would have been tough to lose another one. I thought about that actually under that last caution. I said, man, if we don't win this thing, I said it's going to be. I'm not going to want to talk to anyone afterwards. So we we were able to win. That does ease the pain from February. It's still nice to think about that Daytona 500 ring, but it's it's awesome. This is a great race. Coca-Cola being a partner of ours. A lot of the Ford guys are down here, and this is a race that it's a total team effort because the engine department has to do their job. The race car has to be good, and teammates helped us win. So it does ease the pain, to answer your question. And so we'll think about this one a lot more than we'll think about the Daytona 500.
Go ahead, Mark.
Mark Dakotas from Florida today for David. David, what makes you so good at this track and in this tandem racing? Thank you.
When we first came down here my first year, we finished 5th in the 500, and I thought, man, this is pretty easy. We can do this every time. We came back, and we haven't been able to do that since. So we've had some top 10s and top 5s, but I think that the biggest part, we've had good race cars. I'm very fortunate to drive the Ford engines. Doug Yates, Robert, Jack have all done a nice job with our engine package, where we've been able to run it to the limit and be aggressive, a little more so aggressive than the others. And I just don't know. Sometimes it fits someone's driving style. I hated this place the first time I came down here because I didn't like that you could just hold it to the floor and ride around. But once I learned there was a strategy behind the racing, it's actually some of the most fun racing that you'll take part in. So I had a blast tonight. The race cars are good that I drive. I've been fortunate to have some good spotters that have coached me well. Jimmy Fennings, was a great crew chief at the speedways, and he helped us out a lot. And then Drew's done a good job at, fine tuning and kind of fluffing and buffing on the cars to get that extra little bit. And that's why we qualified so well. The details, and Drew takes care of that. So I've been lucky to drive some good race cars here.
Other questions downstairs? You have one? Let's get a microphone so they can hear you upstairs. Hang on.
This is Don Coble.
Go ahead, Don. Go ahead.
From the Times-Union. 2 questions. First of all, congratulations, young man. And second, on that final restart, did you have anybody on your radio tell you stay in your lane?
Actually, I was on Matt Kenseth's radio that last restart, and his spotter mentioned it, and I said, you don't have to tell me, so don't even say it. So, yeah, that was kind of lighten the mood. Everyone's so tense there at the end. You don't know what to do. You don't know, what's going to happen. Hey, if we're going to have another green-white checkered, I thought we may be a little close on fuel. So, yeah, that's one thing that I did not have to be reminded of. But when you're on the bottom, you don't have to worry about that. I wasn't going to run in the grass.
And is that why you picked the bottom?
Well, I picked the bottom because Matt was third, and he was going to start behind me. So I wanted the 17 behind me. He was a great pusher. That Ford engine was fast, and I knew that he would push me to the end, and I wasn't going to take my left side tires off the yellow line.
And one last question. How will you celebrate this? What have you had your eye on eBay for something bizarre to buy?
If Jack will rent me a little bit of space over at the shop, I've run out of room. I don't have anything. No, I guess I'll go back home and hang out tomorrow. I was planning on cutting some grass and cleaning up around the house tomorrow. I've got an appearance in Atlanta on Monday, so we've got to work Monday. So I guess I'll hang out, maybe, I don't know, go over and see Drew or go have some dinner somewhere, hang out. We'll see what happens. I might not leave Daytona. I might just stay down here for a few days.
Go ahead, press box.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. My question is for Jack. Jack, what is the status of the relationship with UPS? Are you guys in negotiations with them to bring them back beyond this season? And what does a night like this do for the team after you've had kind of a rough week with sponsor news with the Crown Royal announcement?
Well, certainly we're hopeful that UPS will carry on in a meaningful regard with the sponsorship of the 6 car. But right now that we are in negotiation, and we don't have an assurance that that's going to be the case. So, but David he's arrived at the upper echelon. He's a winner now, and he's given a win to UPS, and hopefully they'll consider that as they think about the value of the program and what it means to all their employees and what it means to their customers to have this association. It certainly means a lot to us. But to finally have David in the winner's column is a really big thing for us. He's had several poles this year, and he's been close a number of times. We've been snake bit with this last 5 laps where the caution comes out and you take 2 tires, no tires, gas only, stay on the racetrack, and all of our programs have not done as well as some of the others at making that judgment. And so we've missed several. We've let several of them get away, but happily we've got this one landed, and it'll be something that UPS can think about as they make their determination on what they'll do next year.
Go ahead, press box.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Congratulations, gentlemen. Drew, right before that final restart, you talked about finding a partner, and you found it ironic that after running that many laps with Matt, you might split up. That seemed to be a common theme among a lot of guys on the radio out there. I mean, was it just because of how you might line up, or what was going through your mind at that point? Thank you.
Well, I heard that on our radio, and so I immediately went to Matt's to hear if Matt was talking about that, and he wasn't. So I think that was maybe idle chit-chat on the spotter stand or something. I don't think Matt had any indication of not going and helping us. We made a commitment a week ago or 2 weeks ago when Jimmy Finney came in my office that we were going to stick together through thick and thin if we could, and we showed that at the very beginning of the race. We're willing to drop back and pick up Matt from our qualifying spot and ride in the back if we had to, or whatever it took. And Matt's a great teammate, and in no way I thought that after listening to him, it wasn't going through his mind. I think that was just a what if scenario.
Go ahead, press box.
No more questions.
I'm back downstairs. Go ahead, young lady.
Yes, sir. David, could you talk a little bit about your father and your grandfather and the family ties that you have here in Daytona and racing?
Yeah, my grandfather, I never met him, but he owned a car. He never drove any, but he owned a car in the in the 40s and 50s and ran here on the beach course. Jack Smith drove some races for him, and so that's ultimately how my father and his brothers kind of was around the racetrack at a young age, and so they started racing some. He owned a bumper-to-bumper automotive repair shop, so they did a lot of the work for the local racers. Was able to run some nationwide races, some cup races, made some good friends along the way, and that's ultimately what sparked my interest. And obviously, Daytona is a special place for any racer. This is better than Indy. This is better than Sebring or any of those other big races that they have, and so Daytona means a lot. Coming down here as a kid, going to the beach, going to the racetrack, it just kind of went hand in hand. Obviously, the Daytona 500 is our biggest race of the year. Coming back here in July is the middle point of the year. The July Firecracker 400, is a big race. So, to come back down here and win the Coke Zero edition and finally get into victory lane here at Daytona, it is a special place. That's kind of the birthplace of NASCAR. So it's neat to win here. Even though this race does say, it pays the same amount of points as winning Kentucky or New Hampshire or Pocono or any others, but it is a special race, and very fortunate to get our first win here.
Microphone over here, and then we'll go to Mike Mulhern.